Well, listen, after all that race baiting, let's just do some more because Joe Biden's about to tell us he's got a black friend. Biden tells the NAACP he's making sure people aren't jailed for marijuana possession. President Joe Biden says his administration is making sure people are not incarcerated over marijuana possession while arguing that prior cannabis convictions should be expunged. During a speech at the 115th NAACP National Convention on Tuesday, the president briefly touched on his marijuana policy position amid ongoing speculation about his fitness for office and ability to beat former President Donald Trump in the November election. Well, cannabis is a neuroprotection. Maybe he should smoke some. By the way, we're making sure that no one goes to jail for the mere use or possession of marijuana, Biden said. Their records should be expunged. It holds them back. While the president has issued mass pardons for thousands of people who've committed federal cannabis possession offenses and also directed an administrative review into marijuana that led to the Justice Department to formally recommend rescheduling, neither of those actions prevent the continued criminalization of people over marijuana. Biden made a campaign pledge in 2020 to decriminalize cannabis, but that hasn't come to fruition in the first 3.5 years of his term in office. Also, if the DOJ's proposal to move marijuana from Schedule I to Schedule III of the Controlled Substances Act, that would still not federally legalize it. In any case, as Biden faces growing pressure to reevaluate whether he is capable of defeating Trump in the upcoming election, he's not, with calls from certain Democratic lawmakers to bow out so the party can pursue another potential nominee. His marijuana mention at the NAACP event shows once again that the campaign understands the potential value of promoting cannabis policy reform on the trail. NAACP President Derek Johnson, who introduced the president on Tuesday, also recently spoke with Maryland Governor Wes Moore at a virtual event where they discussed the governor's own recent mass marijuana pardon, which also earned praise from the White House. The president, for his part, also recently touted his administration's work to address the failed approach to marijuana as a part of proclamation marking the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. Well, I wish that, Kamala wouldn't have put all those black and brown people in jail for weed and she wouldn't have to get them out right now. The president has also previously promoted his cannabis pardons and scheduling directive in proclamations marking Second Chance Month. In 2022, he pointed to the pardons as an example of how his administration is tackling racial justice. Last month, the White House separately said Biden commends and welcomes recent news that Maryland's governor has issued over 175,000 pardons for marijuana and paraphernalia convictions. In May, meanwhile, Biden also discussed his mass marijuana pardons at a rally in Philadelphia, where he finally acknowledged that his clemency actions did not expunge records after he'd repeatedly suggested that they did. While the president might have adjusted his rhetoric to reflect the realities of the clemency action, he hasn't indicated that he's willing to offer relief for offenses beyond simple possession. In fact, he specifically said that growing or distributing cannabis is a different deal. So you can have it, but where the fuck are you supposed to get it from? The White House drug czar, Ruhal Gupta, has also discussed the rescheduling move multiple times over the past month, framing it as a historic reform that could open the door to cannabis-based drug development. However, he's also inflated the impact of a Schedule III reclassification, at one point suggesting it would address racial disparities in marijuana enforcement. The Biden-Harris campaign has also drawn a contrast between the marijuana policy actions of their administration and that of Trump, pointing out that DOJ, under his administration, rescinded federal cannabis enforcement guidance that generally laid out a policy of non-interference with legal marijuana states. Meanwhile, Trump also announced his pick for vice presidential running mate at the Republican National Committee convention on Monday, naming Senator J.D. Vance, Republican from Ohio. The senator has backed states' rights to enact their own cannabis laws, but he's opposed legalization and voted against a bipartisan marijuana banking bill in a committee last year. Oh boy. All right. So, more pandering. I think that it's interesting that was what he decided to speak on at the NAACP convention. That was, you got to tell the blacks we like weed, you know what I mean? So I think more pandering from Joe Biden. I am glad. I commend him for staying awake long enough. And, he spoke on Wes Moore's pardons a lot more quickly than he did on his running mate his competitor getting shot in the head. So, wow. Jason, I want to hear what you think. And Rico, I'm sure you have thoughts.
We must have stopped at the gas station. That's all I have to say. And this gas station has incredible lighting.
You know I got something to say, Jimmy.
Of course.
And so number one, if you're a politician, that's what you do. You pander. So
you fundraise. You fundraise when you're a politician.
Wait, when the Dems are pandering, it's called politicking, and when the Republicans are doing it, they're liars and switching up. Okay, I just wanted to get Rico's terminology down.
I said that? Did I ever say that? No. I'm saying all politicians pander for dollars. Number one. Number two, like you'll never get any pushback talking shit about Joe Biden and in the games that he plays.
I appreciate you, Rico.
Ever. But you are very, very, very in the wrong, very much in the wrong to say that Donald Trump ain't doing the same damn thing on his end, because all he does is like, come on, this motherfucker was selling Bibles last month.
The shoes, the Trump 5,000.
Why are you being shamed for being a good marketer? I don't understand that.
As long as he's not putting himself in the face of Jesus on the cross on the Bible, I'm fine with it. Spread the good word.
He can't even name a single Bible verse. He was asked that, and he said all of them.
No, he was asked what was his favorite Bible verse, and he said all of them.
Rico, what's your favorite Bible verse?
I don't read the Bible.
So why are you offended that Trump's selling them?
I'm not offended. I'm telling you, he is too. Did I not say that? He does the same thing. They're two 80-year-old white men. That's what they do. They've been doing it their whole damn lives.
100%. And the last time that state licensed facilities were really, truly getting heavily rated by the federal government was under whose administration?
Obama's.
Jason? That's right. And Obama and who?
Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah. And where didn't they build those little cages, too, that one time?
Yeah, we're not going to go into that on this show.
All right.
We're not talking about that.
All full of shit.
But that's all true.
Yes.
When it comes to cannabis, they're all full of shit. Because we've watched every one of them come to our industry and ask for our vote and promises the moon, and what we get is ick. We don't get anything from them. Joe Biden waving this flag, we're going to let people for possession out. Yeah, but you still have a criminal record, okay? And they have not taken any effective steps to make it easier in the states. If you're promoting states' rights, they're continuing to make this a problem in every state. 280E is continuing to kill this industry, and they're tap dancing around, taking this out of the Controlled Substances Act and making it like alcohol, and just quit playing these games. Nobody wants to do that. No one wants to take that position, but that's where this industry needs to go. And give interstate commerce permits like they do in alcohol, and get the hell out of their way and let them be a real business, and stop using us as you're my little attention-getting toy I'm going to hang up there. When those of us who have criminal records, ain't no one talking about taking away my criminal record.
Right.
I grew weed and gave it to people,
Right.
And me, fuck them all. They're all full of shit as far as I'm concerned.
Horse shit or bullshit, Dale?
Tell them, Dale.
All of it.
I agree with you.
Chicken
lying
shit,
sacks of shit is what they are.
Chicken shit, goat shit, all that shit.
All the shit.
Lying sacks of it. Yep.
Yeah. Told you guys.
Yeah, I think this is. I don't know, man. Y'all will get the same shit from me saying like, burn this shit down, man. They're trash. The 70% of the country identifies on a personal level as independent, and neither of these two bullshit parties speak to us independents.
Is that because so many people are confused as to how they identify now?
Oh boy.
Ranked choice voting. We need to bring that to the federal on a federal level. Ranked choice voting, and we'll have a totally different
ranked choice voting. Yeah, there's not going to be any fraud with that.
There actually isn't.
There's tons of fraud with that.
You have a lot less angry people, a lot less folks that are saying incendiary bullshit, lying, and remarks towards their opponents. And you know what? Democracy actually wins, and the majority gets the candidate that they want. You don't have a bunch of this bullshit that we're.
It's not supposed to be by the majority. That's not how it's set up.
The majority of voters,
it's the majority of states,
people in office that they want. Ranked choice voting. We have the solution, and it's ranked choice voting. It is not this bullshit system that we have, and until we fix that, we're gonna have more stories like Joe Biden tells the NAACP, making sure.
I find it
the last election cycle, like vote for me. If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black.
Yeah.
What? Hello, my African American. I love my.
Meanwhile, Trump's a felon and he just got shot. He is the thuggish, ruggish president we've ever had, and I love that for him.
You wanna bring up some state? You wanna bring us some data? There's way more white felons that have been shot in this nation than black. But if you want to read these headlines, you want to read this clickbait shit saying like, oh, he's the blackest president, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no, that was just me being a jackass on a Wednesday morning. What's today, Wednesday?
It's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Actually.
That's just me getting over the hump, Rico.